Hello, my babies. Today we are finishing up chapter 2. We're going to learn about the differences between micro and macroeconomics and positive and normative statements because this is stuff we need to know as economists are pretty much scientists. All right, so the difference between micro and macro is that my computer is lagging again. Microeconomics is to study how households and firms make decisions and how they interact. So those are the first two groupings of principles. And macro is how the economy as a whole works. And that's where we're going to look at things like inflation, unemployment, economic growth. And that will be more in second semester. They do intertwine, but they are distinct. And that's why we're going to address them differently. But they will both with micro and macro use stuff to be like an economist as a policy advisor. So as scientists, we make positive statements which attempt to describe the world as it is. Here it is. This is what it is. It is what it is. Normative statements are how the economy should be. So if you see the word should in a statement, it's pretty much a normative statement. It's almost like an opinion statement where the positive statement is, yeah, the sky's blue. Yeah, the unemployment rate is 5.2%. Where a normative statement would be like, if we want to lower the unemployment rate, we should increase spending. That's a normative statement. Positive statements can be confirmed and refuted, where normative statements can't. If they're like, well, how do you know that? Well, there's the facts right here. We did a study and that's what it is. That's a positive statement. But a normative statement is like, well, how do you know that would work? And science, economists like, well, I think it would work. I think it was a good idea. So just think normative is like an opinion. Positive is just basic facts. So the government does have economists on staff to help them. We have the CEA, the Council of Economic Advisors, and they're the top economists in the country that help the president make decisions about how to run this economy by using positive statements. Hey, here's the facts. Normative statements. Knowing these facts, we should do this. All right, so you're going to pause the video right now, and I want you to identify which statements on here are positive or normative. So read through them and then just label A, B, C, D, and you can write the word positive or normative. Okay, so for the first one, prices rise when the government increases the quantity of money. That's positive. It not only describes the relationship, but it's just a fact. They can use data to confirm or refute that. Can you use data to answer that? Yes, you can. The government should print less money. That's normative. That's a judgment statement. And remember, if you see the word should, that's just an automatic, it's going to be normative. That's more of an opinion. All right. A tax cut is needed to stimulate the economy. That is normative. That's not necessary. That's an opinion. Some politicians say tax cut. Some politicians say tax increase. You can't for sure say that that's what you can't use data to say that. It's an opinion. When you see a tax cut is needed, it should be done. And an increase in the price of burritos will cause an increase in consumer demand for music downloads. That's positive. And even though it might not be true, that just means what that means is you can refute it. Remember, you can confirm or refute it. It's a relationship. You can say, now, wait a minute, I have proof this isn't true. And it's just a statement. It's not a judgment. It's not a value judgment. It's just a statement. Wouldn't that be weird though? I wonder, burritos and music downloads. I don't know. All right. So why do economists disagree on things? Because they look at data and they think they can use it to give policy advice, because some theories do this, some theories say that, and they might have their own personal different values anyway. Obviously, everybody does. But there are a lot of places economists agree, and I'm going to show you the places they agree. The vast majority of economists agree that price ceilings reduce the quantity and quality of housing available, which we'll talk about in Unit 2. Tariffs reduce economic welfare. The United States should restrict employers from outsourcing to foreign countries. The United States should eliminate agricultural subsidies. These are all things that economists, like the vast majority of economists, do actually agree on. Basically, if you notice a theme here, they are against, in this case, government involvement in the economy. A gap between Social Security funds and expenditures will become unsustainable. I think we all know that that's coming up for you guys. Moral of the story, start investing now in your retirement funds. A large federal budget deficit has an adverse effect on the economy. I've seen actually more economists disagree with that. One of Nobel Prize winning economist Paul Krugman, who works in the New York Times, he has like outright just said it doesn't matter. The budget deficit doesn't matter. Where other ones are like, wait a second, I don't necessarily agree with that. He's swimming upstream with that argument. A minimum wage increases unemployment among young and unskilled workers. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about all these things. And this is something that we're going to use not only, again, the positive statements, the facts and data that can confirm or refute this, but then making normative statements based on that. And then the last one I'm going to show you, effluent taxes and marketable pollution permits represent a better approach to pollution control than imposition of pollution ceilings. And we'll get more to that in one of our units in micro as well. We're looking at how the government can take care of externalities of like both positive and negative externalities. All right, so you have a worksheet where I gave you a bunch of statements and you need to mark them as positive or normative. Have fun with that and we'll go over the answers later. I will talk to you later. Have a wonderful day.